Easy Peasy Japanese へようこそいらっしゃいました。私の名前は Wilson という教師です。はじめまして。どうぞよろしくお願いします。My name is Wilson Sensei and this is a course called Easy Peasy Japanese. It's a step-by-step tuition that hopefully will help you to learn Japanese easily and in a fun way. To start with, we have to look at the different types of writing or script that are involved in the Japanese language. In Japanese, there are 3 scripts. The first one is hiragana. Hiragana is a basic syllabary that can be used for all words in Japanese. Hiragana. Katakana is the script that's used for all the words that are borrowed from other languages. For example, ice cream is taken from the English word ice cream and it would be written in katakana. Kanji are Chinese characters adapted to have Japanese pronunciation that represent words. They originated from pictures that were carved into rocks many, many years ago. They've changed over time and they are still, you can still sometimes find that they represent slightly the pictures that they related to. Kanji is kanji script. For our first lesson, we're going to be studying Hiragana Group 1. Hiragana consists of the following script. Wa. We can remember the wa from the clue of magical wand, with all the spells and sparkles coming out around the wand. Wa for wand. Ta is your next script. Ta. Ta is easy because it actually looks like a T-A. Ta. When you put chon-chons onto the ta, it changes the T to a D sound, becoming da. She is the next hiragana script. She has long hair. This is a very easy way to remember she. Chon-chons on a she change the S sound to a J. Jiになります. Your next hiragana script is te. Te for broken tennis racket. Te for tennis racket. Chon-chons on your te changes the T to a D sound. De. De になります. Su. Su for there's your little seed and the roots going underneath the soil and soon it will grow. Su for soon it will grow. Hot. Hot got hot. So he put a hat on. Hot for hot. Chon-chons についたらぼになります. And this row you can change the sound in 2 ways. Chon-chons, the H becomes a B with a pyong-pyong, a small circle to the top right of the hiragana script. It becomes po. You can only use the pyong-pyong with the H row. Ha, hi, hu, he, ho. Okay. Ku for kookaburra. Your clue, kookaburra beak. Ku for kookaburra. Chon-chons についたら gu になります. The K changes to a G sound. If you look on your hiragana chart, you can see clearly how the sounds and the rows changes when you put chon-chons on them. Sometimes you can't put chon-chons on certain hiragana to change the sound. We also are learning particle wa. Particle wa is written exactly the same way as a normal hiragana ha. It is a grammatical feature of Japanese and it points to whatever in front of it is, tells us the subject of the sentence. So when you're reading your Japanese and you find a ha or particle wa, randomly in a sentence, you're going to know that that is telling you that whatever is in front of it is what the sentence is talking about. That is particle wa, subject of the sentence. And finally, because we want to use all three scripts today in our first lesson, we're going to learn the first kanji of watashi. Watashi means me or I, and both boys and girls can use watashi. The sounds of hiragana are very easy in Japanese because they never change. Every time you see an A, it's going to be pronounced an A. Every time you see an I, it's going to be pronounced I. Every time you see a U, U. An E, E. And an O, O. A, I, U, E, O. To use your hiragana chart, you simply combine the K and the A together, and that gives us a ka, ki, ku, ke, and a ko. All the same sounds. A, I, U, E, O. Ka, ki, ku, ke, ko. In the third row, the S row, there is one exception. Sa is perfectly normal and works out fine, but when we get down to the E row, it is not a C, but a she, S-H-I, she. Su, se, and so are all the way that we think that they should be, according to the chart. In the T row, there's two exceptions in this row. Ta is fine, but instead of a T, it's a chi, C-H-I, and instead of a tu, it's a tsu, T-S-U, tsu. It's important to make a distinction between tsu and su. Tsu and su. Te, to. A, I, U, E, O. Ka, ki, ku, ke, ko. Sa, shi, su, se, so. Ta, chi, tsu, te, to. Na, ni, nu, ne, no. Ha, hi, hu, he, ho. Ma, mi, mu, me, mo. And you notice in the Y row there is no yi and there is no ya. There's only ya, you, yo. Ya, you, yo. And the last row, da, di, do, de, do. Slight L sound on your R. So it is not ra, ri, ru, re, ra, but da, di, do, de, do. Wa, and finally, n. The way the sounds change, the rows change their sounds using chonchons and pyeonpyeons, is also on your chart below. As we've learnt, there are three scripts in the Japanese language. Hiragana, that you can use for all Japanese words. Katakana, for words borrowed from other languages. Or kanji, that will replace hiragana for certain words that have their own meanings. So today, we're going to learn how to say our name using the three scripts. We have a wa for wand, ta for ta, she for she has long hair, and a particle wa. Your name will go in here in katakana because your name's not Japanese. For example, if your name was Blake, you would put it in katakana, bu, re, ku. Please do not worry about not knowing katakana at this stage. Bu, re, ku. There are no L's in Japanese, so we have to go for the R sound when we say any word coming from English that has an L in it. And des. Des is a verb meaning is, am, or are. It depends on what you're saying. It's a little bit like that tricky verb in English, to be. It has many different forms depending on what you're saying. So, watashi wa, that's the subject, me or I. Bureiku desu means I am Blake. in kanji, we can replace all of that hiragana with this kanji, which is watashi. It means the same thing as me or I. It's a lot easier to write than 3 hiragana. And Japanese sentences are very easy to understand the more kanji you know, because the kanji helps to punctuate the sentences, showing you different words. It's where they start and where they stop. Watashi wa, whatever your name is, and then desu is the same using katakana, hiragana, and kanji, the 3 scripts. If you are a younger boy, you can replace watashi with boku, because it got hot. So he put a hat on, and then we have chonchons on that, changing the ho to a b, a bok. Next we have ku for kookaburra, boku, and exactly the same way as we were using watashi in kanji or in hiragana, we can complete the sentence boku wa, your name in there, and desu. Only boys that are of a younger age use boku. Females and men use watashi. There's nothing girly about using watashi, but it would sound very wrong if a girl used boku. Happy practicing.